Hello and welcome to Accommodation at Cardiff University. My name is Callum Parker and I work in the residences team here at Cardiff. Today I'm going to be giving you some information about how to apply for accommodation and then some details about how we process applications and allocate rooms. There will be signposts to different parts of our web pages, so please do take a look at these. We have a large range of accommodation available to suit different lifestyle preferences and budgets. 70% of our accommodation is ensuite and self-catered. There is also shared bathroom accommodation and a limited number of studios available. We also have park-catered options, which includes your evening meal Monday to Friday during term time. The accommodation itself is located in different places around the city, and most are situated within a short walk or cycle ride of the academic buildings, the Students' Union and Cardiff City Centre. Please take a look at the map of the different university buildings and then the different residences when you are ordering your preferences. Our accommodation is of varying sizes too, the smallest having less than 50 rooms and the largest over 1200, so this is definitely something to consider when choosing. Please find out individual details about our separate residences and 360-degree virtual tours on our web pages. We can guarantee a place in university accommodation to all firm and insurance undergraduate applicants with other first-year undergraduates, provided you meet certain deadlines. You can find out details of all these deadlines on our web pages. You can apply for a place in university accommodation once you have firmly accepted your offer to study at Cardiff. Access to the Residences portal is through the main applicant portal, also known as the Cardiff University Online System, or SIMS for short. You will have been sent login details separately back when you applied to study at Cardiff University. If you can't find these or you are having issues logging in, please contact the admissions team. Please note that if Cardiff University is your insurance choice, you will not be able to submit an application until you have a firm offer to study at Cardiff. This is usually A-level results day. Applications open in February for the September start that year. You will need to select a minimum of 10 preferences on the application in order to submit it. There are a possible 27 options for undergraduate students. Talabot North, for example, has 3 different room sizes, and these would each class as a separate choice. We have a number of additional options you can select with regards to the type of flat that you could be allocated to. It is usually our policy to house students in mixed flats in terms of gender, nationality or race wherever possible, including bedrooms on the ground floor. If you would prefer to live in a male-only or a female-only flat, please let us know in your online application. We also have one all-female hall, and that would be Aberdare Hall. Some of the flats at St Geneth Court and Talabot North are reserved for Welsh speakers and learners of Welsh who wish to be grouped together. You can request a room in a shared flat or house with other students who have also expressed an interest in a quieter living environment. You will see this preference as quiet living, and it is available at some residences. If you are allocated to a room in quiet living accommodation, we just ask that you keep the level of volume of televisions and audio equipment low and be especially considerate at night and during exam periods. Unfortunately, we can't regulate the level of external or environmental noises. We also have a no alcohol option which you can apply for. Students staying in no alcohol flats should not consume or store alcohol within the flat. Lastly, some flats at Talabot North and Talabot South have been reserved for LGBT+ students who would prefer to live with other LGBT+ students. Like all our preferences, we cannot guarantee that we'll be able to offer you a room in your top preferences, or in a quiet living flat, or a female-only flat. It is dependent upon availability when we process your application. Some accommodation has been specifically adapted for students with a disability and/or a medical condition. Please use the space provided on the application form in the medical notes section to detail your accommodation requirements, and these will be taken into consideration when the application is processed. Only information that you provide at the time of your application will be taken into account when allocating rooms. Written confirmation from a medical practitioner may be required. All disability or medical information is treated confidentially and only used for the purposes stated previously. Finally, there is also an option to select car parking on the application. Please look at the different residences available and make sure you choose the ones with parking available if this is something of interest to you. Please note, we cannot guarantee that we will be able to give you a parking space with your room offer, as it is dependent on availability. We do have non-standard residential periods that are set in line with individual course semester dates and generally apply to students studying dental hygiene or therapy, midwifery, nursing, physiotherapy, operating departmental practice, and radiography. Please note that in order to ensure students are not left in flats or buildings on their own in the summer months, we do only offer certain accommodation to students studying these courses. These residences would be Clodion House, Talabont North, Cartwright Court, and University Hall. For all University Hall residents, there is a dedicated weekday bus service to and from the Cathays Park campus and the Heath Park campus, which is included in your residence fees. You should apply as instructed earlier in the video, but select the specific course once you have selected undergraduate firm. So that's some information about the residences that we have available and how to apply for them. Now I'm going to tell you about how we process the applications. We usually begin processing applications in late July and continue this until September. We do this according to 2 dates. The first of these dates is when we receive notification that your offer has become unconditional. For most of you, that is A-level results day. However, some students already hold unconditional offers, for instance, if they have deferred from last year. The second date we use to order applications is the date that you submitted your application to residences. We will try to offer you one of your higher preferences when allocating you a room in university residences. If there is not a vacancy in your first choice of accommodation, we will consider all your other choices in priority order until we can locate a vacancy for you. However, because the residences vary in the number of students they accommodate, and some are more popular than others, obtaining your higher preferences cannot be guaranteed. If your preferred accommodation is no longer available, we will make you what we consider a suitable alternative offer. Therefore, the sooner you submit your application, the more likely you are to get a room in one of your preferences. You will receive an email notifying you that your application has been processed and advising you to accept your residences agreement online. This is when you will be able to read and accept the terms and conditions and view arrival information. It is important for you to check your email account regularly during this period, as you will only have 5 days to accept the offer. If you do not, the offer will expire and the room will be allocated to another student. Please note that some email providers may treat the email as spam, so please do check your junk email folder as well as your inbox. There are a couple of ways that you can pay your residence fees. The most common for undergraduates is by 3 instalments by direct debit on set dates. These are usually in October, January, and April. The set dates are usually about a week or so after your loan instalments, so hopefully you won't have spent all your money by then. To view the residence fees for the upcoming academic year, please see our web pages. There is a PDF available for download. Residence fees include all bills and Wi-Fi, however you will need to pay for laundry services. For the majority of students, going to university will mean living away from home for the first time. Settling in quickly and making new friends will be important first steps of university life. Living in student accommodation, whether it be a student house or a hall of residence, provides the perfect opportunity to meet different people studying a whole range of subjects. Just to give you a little bit more information regarding the support you will receive from university residences, there are two main teams who are here to help ensure that you have the best possible time while staying in our accommodation. The first of these is the residence management team, and they are there to provide support and pastoral care, as well as where you will collect your keys and parcels and report any maintenance. The other team would be the residence life team, and they are committed to providing a warm welcome and helping you make a smooth transition into university life. They organise social and cultural events to help strengthen communities in university accommodation. They also provide practical support for your student life, such as during exam periods. Security are also there, and they provide support during out of hours. Finally, just thinking ahead, we are normally only able to guarantee accommodation for first year undergraduates. For your second and third year, you will usually find rented accommodation in the private sector with friends either from your halls or your course. Please don't rush into any contracts. There is plenty of private accommodation in Cardiff, and we advise students to think about it carefully and not rush into anything. Some students do worry about it and get it booked before Christmas, but in that instance you will only have known your housemates for 2 months. I hope this brief introduction to accommodation at Cardiff University has been helpful. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you.